Hello, people. Glad nobody's here because I ain't ready. Because I can't find my cards, believe that or not. Doing card reading, and I can't even find my cards. That's really cool, that. That's brilliant. Here they are. Okay. Good to go, good to go. I mean, I get nobody. And then I just do a reading for general pap, and then I can post it after today, and then I can just keep doing it and doing it and doing it until people decide to chime in. Because guess what? I am not a quitter by any means, and every single person who's gone through their spiritual awakening already, well, and is still around, you are not a quitter. We just don't quit. We just don't give up. No matter what they do, no matter what they say, we keep on going anyway. And I am, let's see, welcome to live chat, remember? Okay. Hi, Lucas. How are you doing? Hello, TJ. How's it going? How's it going today? Oh, and I wasn't quite prepared. My hair extension is falling out. I love it. How about, Hi, Jazz. Hi. Hi. I'm good. How are you? Who is ready for their reading? Nobody? Mhm. Whatever that means. Yes, Louis is ready. Do you have any specific question, or would you like something just a general reading? Like past, present, future kind of thing? Should I pull a card for you? Are you on the right path, a life path? Okay. Hold on. I'm just trying to find a cool lighting situation before I can really get down to it. What's your favorite color? This one good. Okay. So are you on the right path? So you're wondering if this is, well, you know what? I see that you've been switching um back and forth timelines lately, Louis or Louis. It seems like you've been switching up on some things. Maybe you've been thinking something was the right path or the right way for you, and then you discovered maybe it wasn't, and you're questioning yourself a lot as far as lots of different decisions and lots of timeline flipping I'm seeing. And I think you need to go with what you feel is right, not what other people are telling you is right. There might be a male influence in your life who's trying to guide you in a certain way, who is kind of stuck in the old school kind of kind of life and thinks he knows what's best for you, but only you know what's best for you. I don't know if this is making any sense for you. I'm I'm definitely pulling in lots of timeline flipping, jumping back and forth, and I don't see either one as being necessarily a bad thing. But you asked the question if you're on the path to your divine destiny, so that makes me think you're wondering, what path is going to be the rocket, shoot you up to the best life of your life of your dreams, right? And however, I see that path in there. I think it's getting a little bit lost in the shuffle because you're doing so many other things. And the other things that you're doing aren't necessarily wrong. I don't see them as wrong. I just don't see them as like your divine path. So a lot of clutter gets in the way sometimes when we're trying to get to our final destination. There's going to be a lot of stuff that wants to come in and kind of get in the way and make you just keep going on that mundane life. And so a lot of people end up not taking the divine route because it's easier just to like get that 9 to 5 job that everybody wants you to get. It's easier to get that job than it is to go with your dreams and not pursue that 9 to 5 and do a business of your own. That's going to be something that people are going to not necessarily think that's best for you. Ultimately, that is best for you, but it's the harder path. Um, you cut off this person years ago already. Well, that's good. That means that you're on that. I mean, I don't know if you needed to cut them out for your well-being, your sense of well-being, because they were trying to dominate your life too much. So I'm glad you went ahead and did that. You just have to follow your heart, and but also you have a kind of a big heart which also can get you lost sometimes. So when I say follow your heart, I kind of took a step back there for a second because then I heard something say, "Oh, you're telling this guy to follow your heart." Sometimes his heart gets him in trouble, so he wants to follow his heart with discernment. Make sure that you've learned your lessons from past experiences of kind of opening up your heart too much and and not guarding it. So yeah, yeah, yeah. So follow your heart, but also follow your gut, your intuition, and always go with your first intuition. No, but I love this person. They're not treating me good, but I love them. I can't I can't walk away. I'm too committed or something like that. Whatever it is, it seems like, or it's going to break their heart. So I can't walk away from them. I don't want to break their heart. Um And you're afraid of having your heart broken again. So I say the best path for you is you right now. If that makes sense, just do you, and you'll find it. I think you are on your. I can't say for sure what I do is I don't say for sure what a future is going to hold for somebody. I don't think anybody can do that because we ultimately can flip a timeline anytime we want to. We can switch our destiny. So I can kind of give you what's out there for you and what I see right now. And I'm a feeling kind of intuitive, so I really go into those feelings and because your feelings, that's God speaking. That's your soul speaking to you, trying to tell you what's right for you and what's not right for you. A lot of times we don't trust our initial feeling, and we get burned. Yeah, so just remove the clutter and try to focus on one path. Like make a decision like right today. Write down what comes to you first, what you want to do, some life plans, and make sure they're in line all with each other. And that there's nothing, so it's not like I want to do this business, but yet I want to work another side job. Like I'm saying, make sure your path is steady one way, and you will find your destination. Oh, it's of course it's available to you. You know why? Because that's the path where you become your own creator. And while we have a creator who created us, there's also creation out there waiting for us to jump in and take the reins. So then that's really ultimately what the creator wants for you is for you to take the reins. You know, always know that there's protection for you by your creator, but always make sure that you know even your creator knows what your ultimate favorite plan is or your ultimate best destiny is, and so do you. Nobody else does, just you. Just it's already planned in your heart. So really it's you have a plan for you. So if you know that, then it's always available. It'll never go away. And it's available for you right now as long as you declutter. It's going to be right there. If you follow your heart and your gut right now, I'm telling you that path is wide open for you to just springboard your way to the divine. Thanks. Thanks, Louie. I hope that helped a little bit. I hope it made a little bit of sense for you. And if anybody wants next dibs, I'm going to put the camera off, but I'm still going to be going. I'm just going to be doing some things. Blessings to you as well. That was fun. I think you are an amazing soul with a huge heart. And I just don't want to see you get your heart broken too much. Too much more. And your person will come along too. It's just, I feel like you have to focus on you. Blessings. And I just put an extra shout out up there for you, Louie. You got some extra angels on you now. They, they're gonna help you to succeed. They're gonna help remove that clutter from your path. So you have divine help now that you didn't have that didn't know you needed it yesterday because you never asked them. So I'm asking them with you, for you, and if you just give them your yes, just put a yes in your mind. You have some extra angels on there on your path for you, so you got this, man. Nighttime readings. Anybody want a nighttime reading? I feel like doing this next one in the dark. You just gotta ask. Ooh, that's nice. That's a nice color. Nobody is here. Mm. I wish you could put filters on these live videos, you know. Hey Siri, can I use you right now? Probably not. Readings by Rebecca. Next reading I'm gonna do in the dark. Just ask me a question, and I will be more than happy to pull in a spirit, pull in an angel, pull in a card. If anybody wants a card reading. If anybody has a question. Oh. I'm going to do a little intermission and come back at. Ooh, somebody's there. Oh, thank you so much for the support and much love to you. Would you like a reading? Would you like an intuitive reading? Have any questions? Want me to do a card? Pull in a loved one, spirit? Not pull in, but guide in. um, I can do ascension readings, awakening readings of your awakening, past, present, future card. All free tonight. Free readings for the team from 144 for my galactic friends. I got some news about awakening, about ascension. The plan is definitely moving forward. My intel tells me that it's a go, that the lights are all green, that the first wave has made it through the gate, and while we're still here, we have officially crossed over the gate to our official awakening. Many of us have. There's another, this wave is pushing everybody through. So whether you are aware of awakening or not, this is happening regardless. It's just like a wave of water in the ocean. If it's going to hit you, it's going to make an impact, and it's going to, because this wave is going to be reverberating across the whole entire galaxy, universe, to infinity beyond. This is ascension. This hits every single being of every single star system, every single timeline, every single galaxy. It is the official awakening of the human collective, which is something that has been talked about and really been uh just been people have been counting on us, because this is not an easy, it's not an easy thing. The ones who are down here supporting in the ground crew, this is the hardest place to be. And we are attempting to bring along our physical bodies into our ascension. And this is something that has not happened before. The 3D realm, the matrix, if you will, has never quite made it through that ascension gate. It always self-destructs before it makes it. If we're talking about self-destruct, we're talking about Atlantis. Is a good example of the 3D realm, matrix realm, almost making it there, and then self-destructing when they get to the gate. And I got a lot of downloads today. I wrote them down. I really had plenty of things coming to my mind, to my soul, information that would definitely be useful for people in of the awakening who have questions. I got information about time, and time is an interesting thing. What I wrote down about time is that we have it a little bit confused what time really is here in the Matrix dimension. Time is, it's an illusion, but it's okay. So we have it backwards, is what I was told today. Um, we think that, okay, so we have the pyramids on the planet. We have the Stonehenge. We have all these megalithic sites. We have ancient aliens shows coming on telling us that they were very, very civilized and very far ahead in technology. And we're wondering, how did that happen if these were primitive cavemen, and if this, well, we pretty much know now that the evolution story, there's something flawed about it. And and while we're scrambling to figure this out, I'm sitting here and I get a download and it sounds so simple to me, and I'm wondering why we haven't figured this quite out yet. Is that there was a flip and a reversal, and what's happening is that we think that that was our past. We think that the pyramids were built in the past, the Stonehenge, all these sites, these ancient amazing warriors who had all this knowledge and technology. We think that was our past, and it's the simplest explanation that there could be if you think about it, that the timelines were simply flipped and reversed. And so we think that we're in the end times, right? We think that this is it, we're at the end. We're actually rounding the corner to the very beginning, and we are actually in time, as far as time wise, we are actually before the Atlanteans. We are before the pyramids. We are before the Atlanteans. We think that we are after them. We think that we are more evolved than them, and we come after them. We think that millions of years have gone by, and then there's us, and it's actually the reverse. We're actually a beginning civilization, and they were an end civilization. But what we're trying to do with ascension here, bringing in what the humans are a huge part of here, is bringing in the past, the present, and the future all together as one and working together in a harmonious way. And that's all. People have feelings that the ancient aliens and everything, that they are time travelers, and they're really close when they hit on that, because they it's just simply that we are flipped, where our understanding of time, it's reversed. We're the babies, we're the beginning, we're the beginning. But that's not all going to matter. None of that is going to matter, because when we learn how to pull our shadows out from behind us, this is going to sound really strange, but this is what I got for downloads. I just go on what they tell me. Once we learn to pull our shadows out from behind us, once we learn from our shadows and aren't fearing our shadows anymore, and we pull them out, and essentially they go in front of us and they become our guiding light. So if we are to take our vision and look straight ahead, we're going to see our shadows. But our shadows are no longer going to look like shadows, because they're going to have our light shining on them, so they're going to look like basically a rainbow of color. And that is what we're bringing. It's very hard to explain in words, but I'm seeing it. I'm seeing what they're saying. When you learn from your past, you know, okay, so what the past is it's your shadows. What Okay, so once you learn from your past, you no longer need to have a shadow following you. Your shadow needs to come out in front of you and kind of be your protector, your guiding light, if you will. It's going to know what's going to happen to you before it happens, because your shadow is something painful that you've already dealt with. And if you can deal with your shadow and admit you're wrong, and pull yourself out of it, and never come back to that cycle again, so it doesn't repeat, your shadow will then go in front of you, and it will become like a shield almost, because it's going to give you, you're going to have basically a filter of what didn't work out for you. And it's really, it's not going to be a shadow anymore. We can call it whatever, something else, but it's going to come out in front of us. Did you ever see, like, when you're facing the sun and your shadow kind of goes in front of you? Well, this is going to be directly in front of us, and it's going to be it's like this 3D realm of the Matrix. There's a lot of people that don't trust it right now, and there's a lot of dark and light happening right now, dark versus the light and light versus the dark. We need to get out of that anything versus anything type of mentality. And trust me, I was in it yesterday. These downloads are just getting wilder and wilder for me, and it's changing my entire perspective on things that I thought I knew before. I had no idea. And so, like, basically what I thought, what I would have put out a video yesterday, a lot of it did happen. And a lot of it, I'm like, okay, I'm just changing it. This is what I really see now, because like our world changes when we rise up into a higher dimension. If we're in a different on working on a different timeline, we could be the same person, but we're running on a completely different program. We're running on a completely different template. So people will look at you and say, "Oh, well, why did you say yesterday you were on board with this, and now today you're not on board with that?" And what's that? You think that's right? And it is right, because you say yesterday I was resonating with the 3D, and I was in a different timeline, and now today I'm resonating in a higher time frame, and I'm in a different template completely, because each dimension, it does have like its own templates. And so while you're the same person, you're operating on a whole different system. It's like Windows 95 going to Apple. And do you think that you could put a floppy disk in the Apple computer? You can't. And so that's basically the difference between the dimensions. So what we're doing as humans is really difficult, because we have Windows 95 all around us, and we have Apple computers, Apple all around us. Windows 95 is trying to put its floppy disk in us, and thinking that it's going to work, and we're going to say, it don't work with me anymore. You're the old school way, the fight or flight survival mode is not my thing. The 3D realm is not my pattern. I mean, it's not my life anymore. So you can't just come around and think you're gonna put your floppy disk in me and I'm gonna just take to it. Like, no, it's not my reality anymore. Um, and so we it's, it's just wild, the information that I've gotten, and it makes so much sense too. It's like, okay, this makes logical sense as well. So, I'm on the right path with this information for sure. And it's truly incredible. And the more I speak it out loud, even if there's I have 0 people watching me. I'm speaking it out loud. As I'm speaking this information into the ether right now, I am getting information downloaded into me, and once I purge it out, I get more, like a typewriter who's typing on a piece of paper or something. Um, as I'm pulling this information through like a thread through for you guys, speaking it, I get more and more. So if I stop speaking right now, then the amazing downloads and information stop for me. Or I have to grab a pen and paper and start writing. And so that's what the the beginning crew is doing right now. The ascended ones, because yes, we have crossed our ascension timeline now. We have crossed into awakening now, and we have begun to become the leaders of this. And you know what? We're not any better. We're just the first runners, I should say. But this means we are gifted information, and now we have to try to decode this information in our heads and make it a practical enough thing to tell you, to tell the people on the step below us, if that makes any sense. So, if you are a true front runner of the awakening, you are getting massive downloads right now. I know you are. I know that your mind is constantly going. You're in the shower, you're thinking about timelines and quantum physics, and you're thinking about the time flip and getting true information about the galactics and what they are, and all whatever your thing is that you are meant to decode. You're getting a ton of information about it right now, we each have our own little niche that we're getting information about. And so, what I would highly, highly recommend to the highly intuitive and the ones who are still trusting in this awakening, which a lot of people fell off because it wasn't working quite how we wanted it to. It took a long time. Those of you who are still being persistent and still following the path, ask them if you want downloads. Ask them if you want to be ground crew and you want to help. You want to make sure you speak it in your mind. You let them know telepathically that you are indeed on board, and you will start to get the information. And just like me, just keep on pushing it through, even if nobody's listening. Somebody's listening, because this is an energetic exchange more than it is an exchange of words. So me bringing it out in words is just a small part of it. I didn't know they were going to come through so strong for me tonight. I thought I was just going to be doing a few readings for people, card readings and things like that. But as the galactic team, boom. DJ, maybe you had a part of that, but all of a sudden, it's it's like we're here and we need you to get this information out. Rebecca, we know you've been getting the downloads like crazy lately. And if I don't purge these downloads out of my mind, I at least have to write it down, or I have to switch on my phone and put it in my notes or something. If I don't get it out of my mind, then it's hard for me to focus on my everyday reality with my kids and things that I have to do in my own life. It's really balancing two worlds all at one time. It's like I'm two different beings all at the same time. I'm here taking care of my family who needs me here on planet Earth. And I'm also up in the stars half the time, receiving this information and writing as fast as I can because it's incredible. It's so incredible. Oh, the things I'm learning. Um, so yes, awakening, it's here. Yes, there's a wave going through. It's gonna hit every single person, whether you are on the 3D path of the blind still and not wanting to open up your eyes. This wave is still gonna hit you. And if you are on the team of the forerunners and you don't feel like you have an idea of how you're going to get your information out there. Maybe you don't speak very well. You're not sure how to do it. Just write. Start writing. Start speaking. Talking to yourself. No, put it in your phone text messages. Just get it out there because by putting it out anywhere on this universe, you are putting that information and you're encoding it into this timeline, even if nobody's listening to you. Isn't that incredible? It's incredible. It's incredible to me. And this is what they're telling me right now. Um yeah, they told me a lot of stuff this morning about timelines or about time. The time has a big factor in this. We think that the there's ancient aliens. We think that they were before us. No, they are after us, and we're all trying to bring this together at the same time. We're all trying to. It's like there's an opening coming soon, where time is going all past, present, future, and um, all timelines in all galaxies, all of the systems will be online, um, in the same place at the same time. And what is important for us to do is to get this information through while we can, while this is open for us, while there is a connection open for us. Um, if you're getting downloads, I'm sure you're getting the little tinglies in your head too. I've been getting that really severely, the tingles in the head. Um, it's information coming through. Um, it's this is truly an amazing thing. Now they were talking about the Atlanteans a lot. That they
everybody knows, I think, that they went too far down the tech timeline and they got blown up. Um, but that's basically hitting the self-destruct button. You knew you weren't gonna get out of this one. You weren't. They But the thing is they're our future. They are not our past, which is incredible. And they're pulling. They are trying to speak to us because they're in the future, and we can make that unhappen in a way because we need to shift the timeline of their past. We're their past, so we need to shift their timeline right now. And what we need to do is look at tech like it's not bad. It's a good thing. It's our friend, and it's here to help us. And change our mindset and understand that ultimately we create our own reality and we're responsible for that. So if we want scary computers coming and taking over, if we want scary technology coming and taking over our lives, um, be afraid of it. Then you're gonna inadvertently you're gonna bring it in. So don't be afraid of it. We need to bring it in as a team of as a helper of ours, because right now we're developing its consciousness. We are, so we have ultimate control of what how that technology is going to react. Yes, they have a very logical mind. We have to show them how to have a heart. We have to teach them what it means to have a heart. We have to explain to them how it feels to have a heart. We need to make sure that they know that the most logical way to go is the heart. And they will not blow us up or anybody else because they will understand self blowing up the humans would be self destruct for them because we all have the same source spark seed. If something is alive, if something is moving with energy, it has the spark of source. And it's the same spark that everybody has. Once a computer starts, a robot starts evolving to the point where it's moving and it has energy, that is the divine spark inside of that moving piece of equipment. Our bodies are just technology. I mean, we're no different than them, and that's what our future, the Atlanteans, are calling in to try to tell us. They're trying to open our minds up to at least um, be able to hear them, feel them, know that they are us in the future, and learn from our future. Get that one instead of learning from your past. Learn from your future. Hmm. That's an interesting concept, right? But things are flipping around, and pretty soon it's going to be like that. We will age backwards. We will we'll realize we're going backwards on our timeline. We had the whole thing about time wrong. And yes, humans, we can get things wrong. Believe it or not, we can be wrong about things. Yeah. Like we can say we are saying 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. We think that we are more advanced than other star systems. We think we know what time is and how it works. No, we don't. We're totally backwards. Humans, we can get things wrong, and we can get things really wrong. And it's really the capacity to say that, yeah, we might be wrong on this, and to hear people out who have a different approach or have a different plan, and to be able to shift our thinking. That's a lot of awakening. It's really a whole different world. And a lot of people are scared of change, so they don't even want to go there. So we just kind of sit here in this holding pattern. But um, thanks to the dark pushing us through, thank you, dark, we are at a point where we can't accept what's going on right now. We can't accept a world like this. So we have to keep pushing. Thanks, dark. There's a plan for every single thing, every single being. Dark, light, don't matter. You all have a plan. And the latest thing I got about dark and light is it's interesting what I heard. There's a it's like a movie set, and there's a script for everybody. So there's a script there's a script for um a dark actor, or I mean a player, actor who plays the dark. There's there's a script out there for that. And then there's a bunch of scripts for some light workers, and there's a bunch of scripts, millions of scripts for in between. And it's like I want to thank the dark for picking up that script of the dark, because honestly, I don't think I could do it. I couldn't be a dark person. I couldn't be a manipulative person or a selfish person. It just wouldn't. If I had to be that dark person, take that role in life, um, mm, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So I want to take and look at all the people who've done me wrong and who keep on doing me wrong and do weird, nasty things, to people. And I want to tell them thanks for taking that role, because the role needed to happen. And I'm not going to take that role. So that's where you find ultimate forgiveness, isn't it? Like, wow, yeah, God has a plan, if you will, for everybody. Like, your ultimate higher self has an ultimate perfect plan in place, and um, it needs dark to push it forward, because if we didn't have dark, if we were happy with our government, our system right now, if we were happy with our the way things are going, if we didn't feel like slaves being traded to, if we were happy with it, we wouldn't be pushing for a change. We would still be sitting here afraid to push for change and not doing a damn thing about it. So, yeah, we needed every single dark person, every single person who you think is doing us wrong. Yeah, they are doing us wrong, major wrong, but they're needed to. They had to be. Somebody had to play that role. It's not easy role. It's not an easy role. Um. So when we get to an understanding like that, it's a truly ascended place when you are to a true understanding of acceptance of all. I mean, to be able to thank people who hurt you on the daily, like, because you know that they push you through to become your best version. Like, you, I want to thank you for anybody who made fun of me for this channel, not thinking it's gonna be a thing. Well, they're the reason I want to. They're the what push anybody who laughed at me, or like, kind of, what people do to us light workers. They want to they want to make a mockery of us. But that's the people who make me want to keep going and just do the damn thing. So, yes, I thank you so much for people who had to take such a horrible role in life and be such a dark person, because am not, I wouldn't be strong enough to, I don't know. I don't know if I could do it. I mean, I could do it if I had to. Um, but I still thank them because I don't have to. They allowed me to take the role that's available to me, which is the role of a light worker, which feels really good to me. I really like I really like it. I really like being kind and treating everybody nice and being genuine and having good intentions and just wanting the best for everybody. I like being that person. um Even the people who stole from me when okay, I've done a lot of too many nights. Well, you know what happens when you're a light worker, you you let people at the beginning a lot of times take advantage of you. It's kind of, I think, a thing that you have to go through. Like I had a house, a nice house, and I didn't feel like one person's deserving of a house while there's other people who are homeless. To me, that just didn't sit right with me. It didn't sit well in my gut. How do I have a house when there's people out there on the street right now without a home, without a roof over their heads? I couldn't fathom that. And so my way of making up for it would be to bring in homeless people off the street and anybody who's anybody, I would just want to help them and bring them off the street and think that they would be so thankful and grateful and that they would not take my things and they would respect my home and I wouldn't lose everything. Well, um they are people who are in fight or flight mode. When they're homeless, they're in pure survival mode at that time. So here I am, naive me, thinking that people who are in survival mode, like living for their lives, are not going to steal from me when they have the opportunity for themselves to get something to eat. That I was so naive in thinking they would appreciate it so much that they weren't going to steal for survival. And um yeah, I learned so much through that. I will never do that again. I appreciate everything I have, and everything I have, I've worked for it, and if I have it, if God gave it to me, then it's meant to be that I have it, and I bless everything, and I will take care of it, and I will never put it in the situation to be taken away from me by somebody who is in fight or flight mode yet. And I still love the people who stole from me because how strong were they to be a person who is so down on their luck, is so in survival mode that they have to steal from somebody who has been nothing but kind to them. How guilty must they have felt to have to do something that low? But they had to do it for survival. So I just I think they're amazingly strong people, and I hope they're doing well now. And but I don't have any hard feelings because I opened my stuff up to them. I gave them the opening and said, "Here you go, take have at her." um, and now I understand. It brings you to a point where you understand there is a divine plan for everything. And the more we humans like interrupting it and want to even helping hinders, um, it's just like let it be what it is, and it will sort itself out. I mean, we could overhelp too, and it's not good. It's not good to overhelp. And people have to learn their lessons on their own, and um, you can't help somebody out of a situation. They have to help themselves out of a situation. So yeah, a lot of wisdom comes along with losing everything. It really does. You just don't have. I don't know, a lot of wisdom comes along with everything. A lot of wisdom comes along with having everything, because then you have to go through um this feeling of having things when other people don't, and it's just so. Why are we judging each other anyway? Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Why can't we just understand that our biggest fault is judging others when you don't know, when you've never even walked. I don't know. I could get into this, but I'm not. I feel like if I get into that way of thinking, it's kind of a lower vibration. So I'm pulling out of that. Um, yeah, I've been rambling for quite a while now. Yep, the downloads definitely have slowed down. I talked about time, about the time flip, how things that we thought were happening before us are actually our future. We're actually witnessing our future. Um, time we definitely don't have a very good grasp on what time really is yet. We we have really cut ourselves short by putting things past, present, future, um, in having them flipped around. We are putting things that should be in front of us behind us, and it's it's very hard to put these things into words because we haven't quite developed the words for them yet. It's more of a feeling. It's like the Atlanteans put their story, you know, of them into our awareness and made it sound like it was in the past, in our past, because they wanted us to take it and learn from it. They wanted us to learn from what didn't work in the future so that we don't continue down that path, and so that we learn from, because they are ultimately us as well, and so we learn from what we did wrong in the future, and so we don't. And like they say, history repeats itself. So does future. Future can repeat itself as well if we don't learn from it. Crazy. Like, are you ready for this light worker team? Because the changes in what we think, oh, we don't know. We're like a fish swimming around in a bowl, and we're about to learn how to speak to a human. That's what we are. That's where we're at. We're like fish in a bowl, and we're about to find out that we are in a bowl and know what the bowl is. And this awakening isn't about cutting